Hey guys, how you doing? I'm sorry I'm a little late. Like I said, it's my first time doing this and trying to learn it, and tried to get the system without BT being here. It's a little difficult, but I'm going to try it anyway. One of the things that come to mind with me is um, who is the hardest punching ever in heavyweight boxing? I mean, I made a list, or I seen a list. I went and did a little research for a couple hours, and hopefully it can enlighten us. You guys can enlighten me with your knowledge, because I need some help with that. But I want to know. I want to know who is the. Oh, yeah, give me a second, guys. Just one more second, we'll get it right. Damn, I can't come up fucking thing. Okay, here we go. I want to know who you guys think is the the weight that's ever lived and the hardest heavyweight that's ever lived. You know, let me know. Have a look. Okay. Yep, there we go again. Okay, we're back there again. I'm sorry, guys. Like I said, I'm going through this. Thank you so much. I got my wife letting me know. So, anyways, okay, thank you. Let me see my face out. Okay, that's fine. Yes. Anyways, who do you guys think is the hardest puncher in the heavyweight division? Is a big question. I'm going to all the back in the day. Jack Dempsey, Ezra Charles, George Foreman. That's our ever. Muhammad Ali, Larry Holmes. You name it, I got over here. Jersey Joe Wilcott, Floyd Patterson. I mean, you Ernie Shavers. So I'm just gonna go with the list I have, and we'll just go from there. How about that? Right now, Tyson. Oh, okay, Tyson, Mike Tyson. Well, I'm gonna tell you something. See, a couple of years back, so some things are obviously changed. But for me, I always choose Ring Magazine because I feel that they've been around for a long time. They follow boxing and they critique boxing the way it should be. And another reason I pick Ring Magazine is because there's a gentleman at the time, I don't know if he's still alive, but he does public relations with them. His name is Bill Kaplan. And he's actually been to all the fights of back in the day when Dempsey, not Dempsey, but big fights were there. He was actually live and watching the ring. And he's almost down near in 2016, 80 years old. And he still was working for the Ring Magazine as far as I know. And then you have an editor from Ring Magazine, that's Doug Fisher. And like I said, this was from 2016. I'm going to tell you their list, and then you let me know. But before we go on, please subscribe to the channel. Hit that like button. Tell me what state, what country, what city you're from, and I'll give you a shout out. If you want to give a Snapchat, that's fine too. Support the channel. And order them. It's all up to you. Let me see. What it says. Yeah, man, that's a whole bunch of people. Marciano, you got Nat King Curry. You got the list right. You got the list right. The list over here, they actually had the top 20. But I did so much research and looking into everything that I actually went and checked out the list that they had. They had look, you don't have to agree on orders of preference, but you can have your opinion of who you think it is. Keep in mind, some of the prominent boxers today in our generation is not even here right now. We're going to get into that as we break this down. They had Joe Louis, Ali second, Larry Holmes third, they had Mano fourth, they had Joe Frazier fifth. Fifth, and then they had George. They had George Foreman. Then they also had. I'm telling you, this gets longer and longer. Then they also had Holyfield. Seventh, they had Holyfield. You know who he was number 9. Jack Dempsey, number 10. Sonny Liston, number 11. Ken Note, number 2. Joe Wilcott was 14, and Floyd Patterson was 15, and so forth and so forth. I'm not agreeing with the list. I'm just going to tell you from what I picked this version, and then I'll tell you as we go on who I think should be the one. I'm going to put it this way. The proof is in the pudding, and the best way to get the best critique is from your peers, whether it's in school, whether it's at work, whether it's your best friends you see every day, and in the boxing with the opponents that actually face you and tell you who they think they are the best. Okay, so I personally think, and I'm gonna tell you just like this, and I could be wrong, but this is what I feel. I feel that for me, I like Sonny Liston. I like Ernie Chambers, Joe Louis, and Ali. Those are the top in my order that I see, in that same order. Okay, and I'm gonna tell you what some of their peers say about fighters, and that you can make your own opinion on what you actually think. First of all, we'll talk about. I like to talk. I'm gonna start with Ernie Shavers. I'm gonna start with Ernie Shavers and just go from there. Ernie Shavers, he was a hard, and he actually said, he actually came out and said, hold on a second, I gotta get this straight. I've been doing it all day, I don't got it right the way I want it. Just give me a second. Okay, Ernie Shavers was pretty much well known. He's a very hard hitter. He actually, to be honest with you, one of the trainers said Angel Dundee. If you don't know who Angel Dundee is, he was in the 80s. I think he was a coach. He trained Sugar Ray Leonard and everything. He said Ernie Shavers was really good, a good boxer, but God, his power was amazing. So that was one of his trainers. All right, and then you got when Ernie Shavers asked George Foreman to fight, or was lobbying for a fight, he came out and said to George Foreman, "Hell no!" When George Foreman said, "Hell no, I don't want nothing from him." And you guys know that one of the hardest hitters in boxing and the biggest hands in boxing, I'm sure you guys know, was George Foreman. So that's kind of interesting. And that I found interesting about Ernie Shavers was that he gained strength, believe it or not, working farms. He grew up tossing bales of wheat forth, and he said that's actually what increased his hand and back muscles and made them the way they were and gave him his strength. I'm in the USA in Delaware. What's going on, that King? How you doing? Hit that like button. I like that. How you doing, Mickey? What's going on? What? Yeah, I'm doing all right. I'm trying to get it right, trying to talk boxing, man. I don't think I can go a day without boxing. I'm right now talking about Ernie Shavers, and I'm trying to get my notes together because I was a couple hours doing this stuff because I was just looking at something that I had. And now, of course, it's Murphy's Law. When I want to talk to you guys about Ernie Shavers, get the phone. I think I can't get everything right, but I'll get it right. Yeah, this. Oh, I'm with you on this. I'm really when you're talking about later on we'll get into Deontay, the Bronze Bomber. We'll get into the heavyweights of our day right now. Joe Frazier said, George Thorne said, let me see, can no one in the field? Jeez, malditas here. Okay, listing. I don't believe this. I had this all in order. Right, you came on here, I can't even get in order. Okay. Ernie Shavers, as a matter of fact, he said, Joe Foreman said, hell no, he didn't want to fight Shavers, but he grew up in a farm. And Ali and Holmes even said that he's a one-punch rival, that you can't stop that. That's what Shavers is known for. Joe Frazier came out and said, no way, Ernie. And even I remember Tex Cobb, that was my time too. He said Ernie could punch you in the neck with his right hand and break your ankle. Listen to that statement again. Ernie Shavers could punch you in the neck with his right hand and break your ankle. I mean, think about what he just said that. He said that the only way you could probably knock out Ernie Shavers, even though he did lose a couple of fights, is if you shoot him with a gun. That's the only way you put him up. He was just saying that's the only way of describing him like that. Let's see. Yeah, you're right about that, Dean. Taylor's did the same thing, Shavers. I got a quote from him, too. I'm going to tell you in a minute. Taylor said, Shavers so hard, he said he turned horse piss gasoline. These are actually fighters, that the peers that were in the ring with him that can give you the criticism, constructive criticism about any fighter because they were in there and they experienced it. Not no reporter, not no casual boxing fan, not even me myself, but these people that actually was inside the ring that gave respect to each other as time went on. Larry Holmes, he had the best jab in boxing, if you guys don't know. He said, Ernie hit me harder than any other, including Mike Tyson. So when Larry Holmes tells you that, you know he was known for his jab. And let me tell you, Larry Holmes had a nasty jab, and he did great. So there you go. Then you had another guy. He said Jimmy Young, I guess back in the day, and he was saying that in the first meeting, Shavers knocked him out, knocked him out cold when the first fight. The second fight, he says, I'm not gonna get tagged by him again. No, sir. It's like when you fighting somebody in school, man. You meet that bully, you knock the shit out of him. It was a tough fight. You don't want to see that mofo no more. You want to get away from it. That's how people were so impressed with Ernie Shavers, and there's no reason why he shouldn't be compared to the best fighters that we see today. To be honest with you, as far as strength and bulk and what he does, and to bring it back to even our day, you all know who Rocky is. You know the movie Rocky, and you know who's behind that. Sylvester Stallone, and you know he made 3 sequels, or he's making a 3rd one now, or whatever the case is. Rocky's like forever and forever and forever, and he just made the new movies that just came out. I forgot the name it was, and I used to watch them. But let me tell you about that. Okay, let's see. You know with Shavers, Dean? Okay, I'll let you know. Henry Brown, what's going on, Henry Brown? I'm trying to talk a little heavyweights here and just to have fun talking about the heavyweights, because I haven't given credit to a lot to the Bronze Bomber the way I should, Henry Brown. I'll be honest with you, because I love the super chat. Thank you for that. But let me tell you something. I got to put respect. I have to put respect to the Bronze Bomber's name. I didn't want to say it now, but I got to say it because you came on, Henry Brown. I got to put respect to Deontay Wilder's name. And literally, I'm going to consider him one of the hardest hitting heavyweights ever in boxing with that right jab. I'm going to tell you, that right arm he got, that bomb he got. But let me go continue on. But thank you again, Brown. Let me see what your list was. I'm talking so fast, I didn't see the list. You got Lewis, Foreman, Briggs as most first round kills. Wow, Briggs, Tyson, Lewis, Cleveland Williams. I read it behind him. Dempsey, yeah, I got Dempsey on the list. Okay. Oh, puñeta. And when it comes to Wilder, yeah, you're right about that. That's the only thing, Henry, that I was saying about Wilder. If Wilder would have had a better resume and fought better fighters, then you could literally put him up with some of the other heavyweights, other greats. But that being said, the fact of the matter that lethal right hand is still there. I mean, would he be able to knock out Tyson Fury like he did the first time? We don't know. We knew that the first time. Will he be able to knock out who else now? This guy got him. You got Ortiz. He knocked out Ortiz. Ortiz was supposed to be a tough opponent. Knocked him out. So yes, he doesn't have the great resume that back in the day in the golden era, the golden age of boxing that the other boxing were in. But he at least has that power that no matter what you do with Wilder, no matter to this point, whenever he fights, you know you gotta be wary about that right hand that he's got. So let's continue on about some of the comments from that everybody else says. Sly Stallone, I was telling you, when he was making Rocky 3, believe it or not, Harry Brown, Daniel Dubois, KO. Yeah, you're right. You know, I'm a big fan of Daniel Dubois, Henry Brown. I'm a big Triple D. And I'm going to tell you right now, he's quietly, he's making his moves. They're going up, they're actually bringing him up the right way. I can see him. I can literally see him, and I'm no lie. I can literally see him knocking the shit out of Wilder, because you know why? He is a young prospect, a stronger fighter, and he actually can do that. I can definitely agree with you on that. But back to what I was saying about Rocky. If he could spot to make the fight more realistic, so he can learn how to do so. Ernie Shavers got in the ring with him, and he started literally like boxing, but he was just like, you know, he don't want. It's like when you don't want to hurt somebody because you know you're better than them, you're less strong than them. And he's jabbing him, and he's jabbing him, and he stops jabbing him. He's not hitting him a lot. So finally, Stallone says to him, you know what? You need to open it up. This got to be real, realistic. You got to be real when you do this. This is what Sly said to Davis. And Ernie Shavers says, okay, this is what you want? Boy, check this out. He gave Sly Stallone, I'm pretty sure he was never pushed him that far when he told him to open up. He gave one hard punch to Sly Stallone to the gut. They say Sly Stallone went running to the bathroom. That was into that. He's a very strong guy. He grew up in the farm. He grew up in hard life. Anybody that comes to the farm, you already know the farm is not easy to do. So just imagine you doing that. And we can go even further. Sonny Liston was well, before he was a champion, he came up in a farm, and you will not. He lived a very sad life as a child. I mean, he worked in a farm. He did the plowing with his father. He did all the hard work, and his father literally, after the mules died, they died from pushing the plow. Do you know who they put in to pull? Who pulled those plows for Liston's father? His son at 9 years old. So you tell me. Silencer was no joke either. He was fear fighter in the ring, but all the background, how people grow up, we just don't understand everything. Doing a little research, I learned a lot more, and I learned to appreciate the fighters back in the day. Today in boxing, a lot of fighters got everything so easily. They got the nutrition, they got the food, they're working out, they're doing everything, and they're just doing it. And everything back in the day, and you're actually out there learning the hard way and coming and getting that ring, you're gonna do the same way what you did in the environment. And then I got going back to the comments. Ali said, Ernie Shavers, the greatest. Hear this out. The greatest said, he said, Ernie hit me so hard he shook my kinfolk in Africa. Oh shit! You know what I'm talking about? This is Muhammad Ali saying this. This ain't nobody. This is Muhammad Ali speaking this. Check him when you come. Yeah, that's what he also worked with Morrison, but what I'm getting at, when he worked with Ernie Shavers literally was trying to play soft with him, because you know Ernie Shavers was a hard puncher. I mean, he lost a couple of fights, but he was he's one of the top ones up there. And let me tell you, I mean, Morrison was hard. I don't think Morrison had a powerful punch like Ernie Shavers. I'll put money on that. And for Ernie Shavers to go ahead and hit him with a gut and Sly Stallone with running to the bathroom and vomiting, and that was the end of that. That tells you more. We'll get that later. Let me see what else I got. Yeah, some of the comments from a lot of the peers actually fought Ernie Shavers and say what they thought about it. So you gotta respect. You can't just say, "Oh well, yeah, this is the best heavyweight because he fought." No, if you're in there and you fight these guys, you gotta respect that and see it the way you're supposed to see it. Let me see what we got here. I got that already. That's done. Okay, now we're going to talk a little bit about George Foreman. George Foreman, as we all know, was another heavyweight great. He had a great fight with Ali. He had a great fight. I got some notes on that with George Foreman over here. But I want to get out to what Joe Frazier said about George Foreman. He said, no human being hits as hard as him. That's Joe Frazier. And then goes on to say, another famous heavyweight that you all know if you know boxing came out and said, going the distance that Ernie Shavers has had the hardest punches he's ever been hit with. He said that Ernie Shavers has been the hardest puncher that he ever hit, but George Foreman was not too far behind. That's what Ken Norton said. So there you go. And then you got the real deal, Holyfield. Guys, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, subscribe to Mad T-shirts, and please want to give a super chat. Thank you to Ron Brown. We greatly appreciate it. Ken Norton, Vander the Real Holyfield said, George Foreman, 42-year-old version of George Foreman, hit harder than anyone else he fought in the ring, including Mike Tyson, including Riddick Bowe, and Lennox Lewis. This is from the Real Deal saying that. You got to respect those comments. You have to respect those comments. And now, I'm going to get to another guy that I still feel that was most feared, and people hated him. They thought he was with the mob. He thought all the stuff. The fight with Ali, where he only lasted one round, one punch wonder, and he fell down, and then he quit. He didn't want to fight no more. Let me tell you guys. Let me tell you about him. But let me see what the comments say, because I'm trying to get both, talk to you guys, do this at the same time, which I love to do. Yeah, man. He had more comments. I got this from one. I googled up and I looked up the comments, and he said he had all kinds of stuff. He says once Chillers hits you, was saying that once Ernie Shavers hit you, he'll turn you to a rat to some other animal. He had all these comments. It was crazy how he described the strength that Ernie Shavers had. Another guy that I like to talk about. Thank you, Harry Brown. Yeah, BT's not here, but I'm gonna take his place. Yeah, man, this was happening. You know, say he threw the belt in the track. Time because Leonard didn't come with time to fight him. You know the deal what happened with that. Thank you, Henry Brown. Sonny Liston, thank you for super chat. Sonny Liston, This guy had some high raw power too. After the 1960 Olympics, listed after George Foreman came from 1960 Olympics, and he won a medal. He said he wanted to spar with Sonny Liston. He was about close to his 40s or maybe late 50s, and Foreman came out and said, "This is the only man to ever force me backwards by sheer brute strength in the ring." Now that's George Foreman. George Foreman was a beast himself. So for him to come out and say something like that, you already know. You already know that for Foreman to say that, because Foreman had a hard punch. They say Foreman had a hard punch like a sledgehammer. Like a sledgehammer. And nobody could beat or push Foreman back, I guess, the way Sonny Liston was firing. So respect to him on that. Walter has fought good opponent. KO him. Let's pump the brake on this dude. Foreman fought 5 Wilder opponents in one. And I respect him. I'm going to tell you what I see from my right here. Rocky Marciano, another guy from Massachusetts, from New England. We know where I'm from. Rocky, he even said this. This is what he said. He said he's not faking his toughness, and he's not faking his strength. His strength is something that you have to see. He can knock you out. He can knock out a man with his jab. This is what Rocky Marciano, and you guys know before he was the first undefeated heavyweight champion, and you guys know that he was known because of his KO power, and he's coming out saying that about that tells you put respect to him. No, I'm not saying Mike Tyson. A lot of as I'm reading about Mike Tyson right now, a lot of trainers and a lot of people are saying, even Nerve Turner. I mean, Don Turner. I think it's Don Turner said the trainer that trained the Klitschko's, the trainer that been around for a long time. He came out and Don Turner said that Mike Tyson was a 6-round. I want to say what he says. He says a 6-round wonder. In other words, after 6 rounds, if you don't get you out before the 6 rounds, he's done. He's done. After that, that's it. So I'm just telling what the people are saying. You know, I'm not hating on nobody. I put respect to all the names because they got in the ring. Yeah, you right, man. I mean, I don't care who are Wilder fights. What? I didn't believe it, but when I see him knock out King Cody's old man, and I seen his eyes roll over his head like on live TV, shit, I don't want to get hit with that myself. So they got to put respect to Wilder's name, even like I said, even if he hasn't fought legit opponents. But the fact is clear, that friggin' bomb, that right hand of his, will put somebody's lights out until somebody proves me wrong. Cleveland Williams also fought Sonny Liston. He said no human being hits as hard as Sonny Liston. So there you go. This is how strong Sonny Liston was. I'm gonna tell you something real quick. Sonny Liston knocked out Wayne Bethea for the first time in 1958 in 69 seconds, and you won't believe the damage that he gave. He knocked out 17 and 9 more broken. That's telling you 17 teeth that he just did some damage to with a few punches that he got with his power. After that, Bethea says he felt that Liston hit him. He felt that Liston had a horseshoe in his gloves. That's how hard Liston hit. And if you ever see a horseshoe, that don't weigh like feather. You know what I'm saying? That does not weigh like feather. The horseshoe heavy. So that's how he felt about Sonny Liston's punch. Another famous trainer, my son went to go to Las Vegas to see this gym that's got a lot of history and a lot of murals in there. The Johnny Taco Gym in Las Vegas, Nevada. And Johnny Taco worked with the best of them. He worked with Foreman, he worked with Tyson, he worked with Liston. And he said out of all three of them, out of Iron Mike Tyson, just Foreman, he said Liston hit the hardest and the strongest. Facts. I mean, tell me about that, you know? This is very interesting stuff that I'm talking about. There you go. Facts. Thank you. Thank you for that. I didn't know. I have to look at that. Thank you so much for that. I really appreciate it. Bob Fitzgerald. Thank you, Harry Brown. Thank you for that. But I mean, this guy right here knocked the crowd. I mean, what I told you about Henry Brown. I was looking at it today. I was like, wow, you gotta put respect in some of these guys' name. No lie about that. Even the great trainer of Lennox Lewis, Tommy Hearns, Emmanuel Stewart. May he rest in peace. Respect to his name. And I work one of the trainers that close by here with my son, Stacy McKinley, who's also part of the Kronk Gym. And this is what Emmanuel Stewart said about Sonny Liston. He said he was unbelievably strong. His punching was like a wrecking machine. Now, Emmanuel Stewart, I loved him on HBO. I loved him when he brought it to Hearns, when he coached Tyson and did all that. Let me tell you right now, man. This is Emmanuel Stewart talking. He was another top trainer that was around for a long time, and to this day, he's still respected and loved, even though we truly miss him, and God bless him. Ali said, Muhammad Ali was the best fighter of all time. Other than me, of all the men I fought, Sonny Liston was the scariest. And I remember when Sonny Liston was going in the ring, man. Nobody wanted to face him. They thought it was the mob's connected, because this and that. He just was very, very mean about him. It just brought scariness to you. Yeah, I mean, Klitschko, yeah, they ready for that. Klitschko was one of the top ones also. Got to give credit to him, too, what credit's due. George Foreman said that Sonny Liston could whip any other heavyweight in history except Ali. I don't know, maybe he was a lot quicker, had better skills, but whatever it was, that's what George Foreman said. And I'm just going to give you a couple of facts about some of these boxes, and we can go from there. Like I said, please hit that like button. Thank you for the super chat, Henry Brown. I bless you all that you're here with me. I'm just trying to help the channel while my son's in the UK. Thank you for supporting me. If you want to buy match shirts and everything, I really appreciate it. I go on this link and get it. And like I said, thank you so much. I'm going to just give you a few facts about some of the greats of boxing. Joe Louis was heavyweight champion for almost 12 years. He was heavyweight champion, Joe Louis. Ali came into a 7-1 underdog against his first world championship, and Sonny Liston and beat him. Larry Holmes, they call him a boxer puncher. He had a power jab, heavy right hand. Only Michael Spinks beat him in an era when he fought in 1978, 1985. And I still feel that, I feel like my son was telling me that, and I really believe that, he doesn't get enough credit. But then as I was doing a little research on him later on in the article, and when I was reading through Google and all this other stuff, they were saying that one of the biggest things that Larry Holmes had was that his attitude towards the media, it didn't come out right all the time. So you got to sometimes be diplomatic with the media, and when you think it's right to speak, you speak, and you try to strike a bomb, because at the end of the day, we know that sometimes when we speak the truth and the facts, people don't want to agree with that. But it's about how you go about things. So I think one of the things that we don't know about Larry Holmes and it was interesting that I read it, was his attitude or how he perceived the media. And now that he's older, that's coming back to hurt him. But in this channel, we will always respect one of the best men with one of the biggest jabs, and Larry Holmes. Joe Frazier. Joe Frazier was a 1964 gold medalist. Listen to this. Beat all the fighters of the golden age except Foreman. Okay? He knocked Ali down in the 15th round with a devastating left hook to win a decision. And then he went on to fight Ali twice. And they made a trilogy out of this. The last two times, Ali beat him both times. And if y'all remember the Thriller in Manila, that was a great fight there. We got George Foreman, 1968. Like I said, he was a gold medalist at age 45. At age 45, he died. Michael Moore, at that time, he was the old guy, 45 years old. 20 years to that date, Foreman captured the title that he had lost to Ali in the Rumble in the Jungle. I have to look that one up. Yeah, man. Thank you for the super chat. Mr. Brown, you right about that, man. Listen, Beyonce Wilder's been running from a lot of people. To this day, he's running away from Dylan White. Dylan White's almost ready, almost 2 years now, waiting for him to get fights mandatory. And he supposedly, he says once he fights Fury, he's going to take care of this, he's going to take care of that. I don't know how this is going to work now because Joshua's in the mix. And eventually, you're going to have to fight Joshua. That fight's got to happen. Just like Lennox Lewis said, that fight has got to happen. I mean, you know, Lennox Lewis and BOWE never happened. It only happens in the Olympics when Lennox Lewis beat BOWE. But people to this day are still wishing that fight was to happen. It never did. And when you got Lennox Lewis, one other heavyweight great that actually came out and said, hey, you know what? The Joshua Wilder fight needs to happen, just like the Fury. It's got to happen. More so now that Joshua got the belts. But it's just like Joshua said, I'm not going to come chase you. I'm going to stay quiet. I'm not even going to mention you. So if Bronze Bomber really wants to make his legacy better, make his record be more respectable, his resume, even though he's got that strong right hand and that bomb, and he's knocking out opponents, he needs to fight Joshua. He needs to fight Fury. He needs to fight the top contenders that are out there. Point blank. That's how you put a name in your legacy. That's how you make people forget about who the cheap fighters you fought to get that, even though you are blessed with that right hand. Use it against the heavyweight greats and this era, and then you will prove yourself to everybody else. Dean Detton said, I'm going Shavers. Let's see what he got. Okay, you go. Okay. Oh, I can see it. Shook. What's going on with this thing? Okay. Okay, hold on. Come, let me go over here. Woo! Yeah, at least I'm making somebody laugh. I'm laughing with you. He said, Harry, quick, we laugh. Hold on. Listen, man, until they actually fight, we can all say what we want to say about Deontay and Joshua's next opponents, whoever they are. Until Joshua gets in the ring with him and Barnes lands that tough right hand he's got, I'm not going to deny. I'm not going to say nothing because sometimes talk is cheaper until you get in the ring. I'm not taking no. I'm not discrediting Bronze Bomb. I'm just telling you the way it is. For all 5 of you, go ahead and hit that like button. And if you want a super chat, you can do that. Super Mad, buy Super Mad shirts, Fighting Mad shirts for the channel. I really appreciate it. Oh, man. Me going because you know I'm just like my son. You get me. You know how to get my blood. I do not have Polish crown. You know why? Because he had a chance. He had a chance. I'll say it again. He had a chance to fight Joshua before Ruiz. They asked him, and he turned it down. I cannot respect that Polish Trump. So come on, over here. Thank you again, Henry Brown. Dean going with Shavers, Marcy Foreman, Tyson, that's my list. I got that one up. I don't know who that guy is. Somebody knows, let me in on that one. Yeah, man. I think for Ruiz, Andy, shout out to you too. Shout out to Henry Brown again. Ruiz was not disciplined enough. What I mean by that was once you want that belt, yeah, you can go and party. Yeah, you can go get some yum, whatever you want to get. Get your shit right, you know what I'm saying? But you have to have some time of discipline when you know it's close to fighting time. And I don't just blame Ruiz. I blame his father. I blame the team. Because even though Ruiz didn't want to do it, you all should stop doing all that. I know him a lot because he got a sinful. And now he regrets everything. His father, the same way. He's got a lot of regret for him. But you know what? He was a young buck. He did what he did. He's living down the team. Hopefully this will humble him. He's going to be around for more fights. And hopefully, just like Joshua had to learn, and just get humble by to underestimate any opponent, Ruiz got to do the same thing now. That's what I say. Yeah, man, but that's the problem. He could lose every round he wants. I mean, how many fights have we sat down and we watched the Bronze Bomber and we watching him, we're saying, man, he's gonna get knocked out, man. It's gonna come time for somebody to get him, and he comes out with that lightning bomb and guy out. That's what he got. That's what he's blessed with. And if he's got that, there's nothing that you and I can do about that. You know what I mean? Because that's a gift he's got. We can argue the point all day long who he didn't fight, why he didn't do this and that. The bottom line is, the fact is, he's got that right hand. And that right hand is his money hand, and he will continue with that. Okay, I'm getting back to what I was saying. Put respected Foreman. Okay, we did that already. Lennox Lewis. He fought all the tough fighters in this era except BOWE. That is so bad, man. I wish he would have fought him. I love Lennox Lewis. I respect him. He was good. I watched him with his fights. But, I mean, I just wish that fight would have been made. Even to this day, I'll sit back and think about that fight. You know? It doesn't matter if you played on a video game, if you played on whatever, or you think about it. It's a good conversation point. And this is why Lennox Lewis is very adamant about Joshua and Wilder making the fight. I don't know if he still feels that way, but before all this thing happened, he was calling that fight out because he knows how bad the fan wants that, and he doesn't want to do what BOWE and him did when they left the fans with the emptiness in their stomach and in their minds on who was going to win between both of them. And to be honest, you would have to give the edge. If you go to the amateurs or the Olympics, you have to give the edge to Lennox Lewis. You know why? Because that was the only fight that BOWE and him fought, and he beat BOWE point blank. I mean, anybody can argue with me. I'm a big BOWE fan. I love BOWE and everything, but I have to see it the way I see it. Got another guy here who beat this guy beat the famous Jack Dempsey 2 times. Jack Dempsey 2 times. In 1926, 1927, his name is Gene Tooney. And he was the first athlete to get paid $1 million in boxing. Gene Tooney. They used to call Jack Dempsey the Massa Marla. He used to bob and weave and body punch. He changed his style and attack, and he actually changed style of the sport because he brought that into the sport of boxing. Another interesting fact about Sonny Liston, he beat Floyd Patterson in the first round knockout. That's interesting. I love Floyd Patterson. He was one of the best fighters. People, my son will tell you, he liked him. He also liked Sugar Ray Robinson. But Floyd Patterson, he beat him in the first round knockout. Sonny Liston, he's powerful. Then you got Ken Norton. People know Ken Norton. He fought Ali 3 times and only beat him once. And then now here we go, Riddick Bowe. Riddick Bowe was actually ranked very low on a lot of the lists that I've seen. You know why? Not because he was a good heavyweight. They said that he only, the Ring Magazine said he only seriously took the fight seriously when he first took the title away from Holyfield the first time they fought. And that's bad. When you have that in your name, that you don't dedicate to the sport, and you don't know what you're doing, and you made all that money, you only hurt yourself, and you hurt not your legacy, but you hurt what you could have been done, what the questions of what ifs if you would have been more dedicated and more disciplined into the sport of boxing. And then another sad thing was that his famous trainer, guys, said that Eddie Fudge was saying that he had to get away from BOWE because it was affecting him, that watching BOWE not be disciplined like all these other fighters, it actually affected him so much that he said, I cannot do this no more. He's not disciplined enough to train. And if you don't train, it's like anything else, practice makes perfect. If you don't train, you don't practice, you're not going to get better. He was good and he was a prime BOWE, but he didn't dedicate to the sport the way he should have. And who knows what the outcome would have been. He even called him a waste of talent. This is one of the greatest trainings that fought. Eddie said that. What is that video? Yeah, Andrew Gallardo, man, he hit BOWE like real low. It's crazy. Wow. Yeah, they said that Andy the Dillsmith, shout out to you. They actually said that. They said that the both the Norton fights were very close fights, even though Ali won them. But he said that actually Norton gave him a run for his money. Okay, we're over here. They say, "Oh yeah, there's a man." Well, I don't know. I mean, we'll find out. He's still got to be tested. Another guy, great fighter that I always like, and I've heard a lot about. Jersey Joe Walcott. He was a hard punching boxer, relentless stalker. And many feel he beat Joe Louis. Then when Joe Louis and him fought, Joe Louis later went on to say that he actually got a gift. So he even admitted indirectly after the fight that Jersey Joe Walcott beat him. And another interesting fact, I didn't know that Cus D'Amato actually trained Mike Tyson and Floyd Patterson. So, I mean, if you put it by D'Amato, Cus D'Amato, another great trainer that I feel like was very important in Tyson's life, and then with Floyd Patterson, you got to respect that. You have to respect that. Now, I'm going to ask you guys, I know you guys, we didn't talk much about Joshua. We didn't talk much about Fury. We didn't talk much about Joshua Fury, the Bronze Bomber. So you guys tell me who you think is the best heavyweight today. The best, hottest puncher right now, I'm going to take, out of all three of those right now, I'm going to have to go with Bronze Bomber. Only because he's got that powerful right, and no matter how bad he's losing, he still finds a way to get it in. And another, while we're cutting off of this, I also was reading, which I thought was very interesting also, was Joe Louis was domestically like real great out here in the U.S. and just like Ali, but he's on relate with the people outside and as one Joe. Yeah, Joe, he was a beast. Oh yeah, BT was, if he was underrated, you maybe could enlighten me on that one. I didn't get that on my list. I just got the ones that I got right here. But I want you guys your input on Deontay is right now the hardest puncher in boxing. And don't look at the opponents he's had. Just look how he beat all his fighters with that right bomb that he's got. You got Fury. Does Fury have enough power to knock out Wilder? Fury, it is hard to judge when you go into a fight, but does he have enough power to knock out Wilder? You got Joshua, very, very skilled fighter. Do you think he has power? Me, honestly, in my list, the top hitting fighters right now and back in the day would be Sonny Liston, Jersey Walcott, Ernie Shavers. I like George Foreman. And I have to put Deontay up there. I have to put Deontay. White is probably right, but going on record by the knockouts, Deontay got 2 fights. Was it 42? I think it is. Yeah, I can't go back on my thing. Check it out. But he's got a lot of fights. He's got how many knockouts? And whatever the case may be. So you got to look at who's got the most power. I mean, I think if there was ever a fight that I would really see, I would love to see Bronze Bomber in the prime fighting Mike Tyson before the 6th round. And I would like to see Bronze Bomber fight Sonny Liston because he was very strong, and Ernie Shavers. That's who I would pick to see the fight. Of course, Foreman. Okay, let me see. Yeah, man. No, Fury's got the thing about Fury. He's got a persona that people cling to. If you notice when he came here, he did this with the ESPN, WWE. He knows how to carry himself in a way to get people's attention. He did it from the UK and he did it here, and people relate to that. You know what I mean? And the biggest thing about Fury, he's not a power puncher. Like, let's say, a Shavers, a Foreman, Josie Walcott, Ernie Shavers, even Bronze Bomber. But what he does have is a style that nobody can actually know how to train for. And it's just like the same thing with Deontay Wilder. You can train all you want in that gym, but if he catches you with that right, you're done. It's the same thing with Fury. If Fury comes in the ring, and he's fighting his style, you don't know which way to go. He uses his own style, his awkward style against you. He plays mind games with you and off your rhythm. And that's the bottom line. That's what makes Fury tough. When you hear certain trainers like Stacey McKinley say that, that's trained heavyweight since Mike Tyson and been around, and you see what he tells you about Tyson and other trainers say this. I mean, about Fury. You hear a lot of trainers tell you the same thing. They tell you the same thing. They tell you that the biggest problem that they have for fighting Fury is we don't know how to train for his style. We don't know how to pick sparring partners that would imitate Wilder or be like Wilder. Why? Because Wilder is like rolling the dice. You don't know. I mean, not Wilder, Fury. You don't know who you're going, what kind of style, how Fury's going to fight in the ring, period. And that's a big thing. If you can't train for that, then you're in trouble. You can watch Greg Smith. David too was the beast too. You can go ahead and watch all of Tyson Fury's fights, and you could try to get somebody to act a fool and run around and do this and do that. And I guarantee you can watch all his fights. How Fury's coming into the ring, how he's going to fight, and do, and that's the problem that people have with Fury. He knows a format and nobody else. Come on, BG, talk to me. You got Wilder, Foreman, Marciano, Tyson, and Lennox. And you don't have BT. You don't have Holyfield or BOWE or anything like that, or any of the old. You don't have any of that's like you're talking about today's era, right? Because I don't see anybody. You got this Foreman and Marciano. I mean, what about Ernie Shavers? You don't think he was a hard puncher? What about Liston? What about Jersey Wilcox? Why you say that, BT? Why you say they're not top five? What you don't? I mean, how explain this to me? How did you figure that one out? You got acknowledge me because I just want to know. Make a better naysay. Archie Moore, yeah, I heard of him too, but I don't have to think. I should have done more research on that. Okay, let me see. Oh no, let me see what the hell. Okay, but BOWE and Holyfield aren't top five punch. No, you're right. One of the hardest punches. You're right about that. You're right, BT. Yeah, man, but I'm telling you right now, man. I think Ernie Shavers deserves to be up there at the top for the hardest punches because you got a lot of positive feedback from the opponents that are actually greats themselves that actually were in the ring with him, and that's how you really judge a pair. That's how you judge who the other fighter is. That's how you when you see other weight divisions, you see other fighters give respect. For example, Sugar Ray Leonard, Marvelous Marvin, Manuel Pedras, Roberto Duran. They always give respect to each other because they all fought each other and they all knew about each other. And they gave respect because they were accountable for what they did in the ring. And that's how you gain your respect. Not by the media, not by what I'm saying, not by anybody saying, but that's why I love boxing. And by any sport, you can talk about it all day long and nobody's right or wrong. What do you guys think? You guys think that, how many of you guys think Bronze Bomber should be the top dog? But he should be the top. What's your opinion on that? Why would you put him up there? I told you my reason. Do you agree with me? Because the only point that I see is people going to say that he didn't fight the better fighters. But at the same time, he came out and did what he had to do. It was great talking this. I did a little research. I got to give my son props because I actually spent almost 4 hours with a little bit of information that I tried to find out. And I don't have a computer, but I did it. And I did the best that I could. Coming up. You guys can fit me on this one. On December 13th in Fantasy Springs, Colorado, you have Virgil Ortiz, the WA gold weight champion, whatever that means. He's at 14-0 with 14 KOs. I really like this guy. He's fighting an opponent named Brad Solomon, who's 28-1 with 9 KOs. By looking at that, we shouldn't judge it. Right now, I see that he's 28-1. Brad Solomon's 28-1 with 9 KOs. He doesn't have a lot of power. I'm a big fan of Virgil Ortiz, and I hope that he's a young kid. He's hungry. He wants to fight the top dogs. And guess what? I can't wait for that fight. It's on the zone, and I can't wait for that. I don't know what the undercards are. Like I said, I didn't get time to look at that. I just wanted to see what you guys have in mind for that. Okay, RJJ, thanks for the fact. I didn't know about that. What's going on, Rob 87? How you doing, man? How's everything? Talking a little boxing here. We just went over more or less the list of the heavyweights and who people thought were the best ones and why. Who the hardest punches heavyweights. I mean, and I'm gonna tell you, man. I think Ernie Shavers, because he got a lot of respect from a lot of the big dogs. I got Foreman, Norton, Ali. Tell him that's what I just a lot of things. Yeah, Ali, Holmes, and Holyfield. Yeah, I agree with you on that one, Patrick J. Yeah, I know. I heard. I didn't. I just didn't get time to do that. I'll get back to you on the Archie Moore thing. You're right. I'm not trying to disrespect anybody, but you're gonna like me with that information. I didn't get enough time to get that. It's all about learning. Ernie Shavers, that's who I had. Always said. I seen a lot of people say he was a beast, man. They had this guy when he was working. He said he got his back and hands got strong from actually throwing hay and chopping wood in the farm. He grew up in a farm, so you already know. Holyfield came from the farm. A lot of people in the country think about pretty good. Yeah, so like I was saying, Stavern, shit, Stavern, that man was a joker, man. I mean, I could not believe that, man. Matter of fact, I was trying to download the picture of thing like this in the ring, but I didn't know how to do it. But that's the picture that I'm put out there because Stavern, that was a joke, man. Michael Grant, yeah, so that's what I'm saying. And like I said, for y'all 9 of you, hit that like button. Snapchat if you want. I mean, super chat if you want. And I got Fighting Mad t-shirts on there. So like I was saying, Virgil Ortiz fights on December 13th on the Zone with Brad Solomon. It's a good fight. But the card that I'm really waiting for, I love Roy Jones Jr. And we can start another discussion. Prime Roy Jones Jr. Prime Floyd Money Mayweather. Who would win that fight? Mayweather. Prime Roy Jones. Who you guys got? Yeah, you're right. I remember Ray Mercer. I definitely know David Tua. I was just going with the list from what I picked from the ringside. There was money out there, and everybody got their own opinions on who they think are the best ones. But bringing in us to light, and I'm happy with that. Thank you so much. I'm telling you, man, I would have loved to see that fight, man. Tarver wasn't all that. I don't think Tarver was good, but he wasn't all that. In my opinion, he was not all that, guys. Like I said, the fight, I'm changing the subject over a little bit. I don't know, man. Floyd, I'm gonna tell you what, pretty boy Floyd was on there. He was aggressive. He would punch. But let me tell you, man. I mean, I think Roy Jones would have edged him out in speed and stuff. I just think so. That's my own opinion. I would take in that fight. I'm not hating on the undefeated champ, but I'm just saying I think Roy Jones would have beat him. If there was a fight that I would love to see, that would be another one. I was like, what would have happened if they would have fought? That would have been a great fight. There's questions to ask that will never be answered. I think I was reading one time Roy Jones said I would have beat him easily. I would easily beat him, easily. You ain't lying about that. You ain't lying about what you just said, John J. You're not lying about that. I grew up in that era. I grew up in there with Sugar Ray Leonard. I seen Mayweather. I seen Hearns. I seen Roberto Durant. I seen all them fighters. I seen Wilfred Benitez from Puerto Rico. Blessed soul, he's in heaven now. I seen all that era. There was a lot of great fighters in that era. You're right about that. Roy would have got schooled. The only thing that Roy might have, Floyd would have is, I think, his speed. His speed is pretty quick. The only one that could stay with his speed out of all those four you mentioned, even Marvin Hagler, I'm telling you right now, it would have been probably Sugar Ray Leonard. As far as speed, I think he would have been the only one that would keep up with Roy's speed and probably beat him too. That's my opinion on that. Yo, I want to switch this a little bit. Yo, December 14th, bro. Mark that on your calendar. The 13th, Virgil Ortiz is fighting on the Zone. But the fight that I want to see is December 14th, guys. December 14th. It's got Terrence Crawford versus who's 35-0 with 26 knockouts against a Russian guy called Kavalikas. He's 21-0-1 with 17 KOs, so he got some punching power too. But I'm not that fight. I still think Crawford's gonna win that fight. I'm going to who's taking over? Teofimo Lopez against Khomeini. Who you guys got in that fight for the IBF lightweight title that right now Khomeini has? Who do you guys got on that? Oh, respect to put respect to Floyd's name. Got that right. Put respect to Floyd's name. Yeah, nobody can even pronounce it. I don't even know how to pronounce his name. Yeah, man, but I mean that's gonna happen. Crawford. I mean, right now nobody wants to fight Crawford. So what do you want him to do? He's still got to eat, and he's still got to stay in shape. So if nobody wants to fight him, he's got to take whatever they're doing right now until all these champs want to fess up and fight him. You know. But the fight that I want to see on December 14th, besides Crawford, is the IBF lightweight title. Boy. That's the one I'm talking about. Fimo Lopez against Khomeini. Who you guys got on that fight? That's a tough fight for me to pick because I like both fighters, to be honest with you. A question with Teofimo. Okay, all right, yeah, JJ. If you say I can't, I don't know what. Okay. Teofimo was Khomeini is because Teo can win this fight if his mind is in the right place. I'll leave it like that. Khomeini told me he got power. He moves around the ring. If he gets you in the corner, you're done. So Khomeini, it's going to be a tough challenge for Teofimo, but that's the fight that I want to see. I want to see that. And we already know Crawford's probably going to win that fight for sure. But the Lopez Khomeini, that's going to decide who fights the Diva Lomachenko. That's BT. Teofimo Lopez, South Florida, stand up. Debbie Powell. You got that right. So BT, you picking him? You picking Lopez over Khomeini? I'm not hating on Bob ever. Bob is trying to do what he got to do, and Crawford could have signed with somebody else if he wanted to. He chose to stay with Top Rank. So sometimes fighters choose who their loyalty's at, where the money's at, where the promoters paying them, and have that. But unfortunately, all this politics bullshit and all these belts are not helping anything. Yeah, man, he's fighting with Richard Khomeini on December 14th, and I'm gonna watch that fight, man. It's Crawford, him, and Michael. I might fucking put life all of them just to be here talking boxing, make my time go by. Oh wow, good pick, BT. You say it's gonna be a UD? You don't think Khomeini? Who got more power out of the two? Are they both evenly matched? What do you say on that, BT? Yeah, Ernie shaves all day. He said, "Well, not there." Yeah, you're right. He's not all there right there. But I tell you what, he was there when he kicked out that guy in his last fight that was overweight to fight Oscar Valdez, and he told people get him out the hotel. He's not paying for them. So he might be old, but he's on top of his thing. You can't. You can't even make this up for your own channel, BT. This is your channel. This is your channel, BT. This is you. You built this up. Let's see. We got. Come on. Yeah, I think Khomeini's hard to punch up, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. No, this is. Matter of fact, me and him like peanut butter. You know what I mean? And believe it or not, I'm learning to do all this stuff myself, and I gotta give a lot of respect to BT, man. Behind the scenes, it's a lot of work, and I did it the old school way because I don't have a computer. I had to write everything on paper, and I was here for almost 2-3 hours just looking up things. Believe it or not, guys, it might not seem like that, but when you gotta sit down and do the work and do the grind, you respect it more. And I gotta give all the props to BT. People don't know his hustle, man. He gotta get the videos, he's gotta edit the videos, he's gotta get the information, get it right with the regulations of a YouTube or whatever the case may be. He's got to do everything. Meantime, he's got other interviews. He got this going on. I don't know how he does it. God bless him, but I'm here to help him. That's what I'm here for. I love him. Steven Dude said the crop percent for how many. So that means God bless you not. But you said so when Pops goes from top rank, for going with him. I'm just joking. Bless them both. Okay, another great fight is another fight is there. I don't know, Mike. Me and my son had to talk about this. The Irish guy, Michael Conlon, the Irish guy. He's 12-0 with 0 KOs. He's fighting a Russian guy that's only 3-0 with 0 KOs. So I just think that's another Bob Arum. Just give him a fight, just to air up his record a little more better. My son doesn't think he's really all that. He's good, but he's not as good as everybody may be. Hey, Brendan, I hung up your stuff too, man. I hung up your baseball, hung up your Deontay Willis. Well, you want it? I got everything set up for you to come back. So whenever. No, Dean. I'm saying that the hardest punches that been in boxing for like the longest, we already know. You had Shavers, you had Jersey Joe Walcott, you had Foreman, and what I'm trying to say. Who do you guys think in our era is the hardest puncher? Not about who he's fought, but his knockout power. And I'm telling you right now, in the beginning, I lost a lot of respect for Wilder in the beginning, but I gotta put, whether I like it or not, I gotta put respect to Bronze Wilder's name because of his knockout power, no matter who he's fought. And I've seen him fight some tough competition. But he fought Ortiz. He just fought him. You have fought Fury. I mean, he's fought some he hasn't fought a lot of people, but he's fought enough to, with that right hand, that's all that saves him. That's why McKinley, who actually trained Mike Tyson and came in the Croc gym with rest in peace Emmanuel Stewart, he actually said, you take that right hand and stick it where there's a shine to Wilder, and he doesn't have anything. And I think if a boxer does that, then maybe that could happen. Hey man, you're never too fat to do anything, man. I just started running. I'm 51 years old. I go on my jogs, get myself right, and it doesn't matter how fast you go. It's just getting up and doing it, and that's all that matters. As you get wiser, like the young person that just wants to be Superman and do things crazy. You learn things over. Who's this now? I'm imagining. BT can answer that question. You hear that, BT? They're asking how the people in the UK with Josh bringing back the belts back to the UK. How did that? Give an answer for that. For all 10 of you, please hit that like button if you haven't. And if you want to get super chat to help the channel, we'll greatly appreciate it. And money blessings to all you guys. Like I said, let's just talk boxing. Oh, she wasn't answering. Let me see. Is there any southpaw heavyweights? Oh, that's a good question, Aldo Pal. BT, can you answer that one? I can't. I don't know offhand of that one. Is there any southpaw heavyweights offhand that you know? That's Aldo Pal was asking that. You might be able to help him there. Like hit your girlfriend. You got that right. Tell him, BT. Tell him, hey, BT, somebody's asking, do you know of any, I don't know offhand, and I don't have my computer on me, and I'm using my phone to do the live. If you don't mind asking, am I just asking you, Aldo Pell's asking, is there any southpaw heavyweights? Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. BT is saying that everybody in the UK is over the moon over Joshua bringing the belts back to the United Kingdom. It's another reason for them to buy themselves a drink. Hey, that's how it is. Nah, Lomachenko hasn't looked good. They talk a lot about him, but you know what I like about Lomachenko? Look, they called him out. Tio Femme been calling him out. People been calling him out. I forgot who else is calling him out, and he actually like, I don't know what he's waiting for. You gotta set your own legacy. You had a great amateur record to follow. You do all respects for that. You fought two legit fighters that you came back and you won, and you did what you had to do, you dominated. But you haven't proven yourself to the other big dogs that are coming in right now. And as time goes on, there's gonna be younger cats coming in. So when is he gonna prove himself? Oh, Charles Martin is a southpaw? Wow, but Charles Play, you can't say much about him. I'll tell you that, but yeah. Good BT. Yeah, man, they got to check the vlogs out on TSS about Brandon out there celebrating and watching the fights in the UK. It's a great experience for him. And just to see a different culture and a different other people and how they relate to their fighters, how they like them, how they love them. You can understand why Joshua loves to fight in Cardiff and fight in the UK. And let me tell you something. Eddie Hearns, if you're watching us on True School Sports, and we're trying to chase you to talk to you, you don't want to listen to us. This guy got the belts back. Give the British people their fight in the UK. Give the British people their fight in the UK. Joshua needs that, and they deserve it. The champion got 3 belts back, and you guys let me know, who do you think Joshua should fight next? They've been saying they want to. Usyk supposed to be the one fighting next. Fight a mandatory next, or I think Brother was here tonight too. He's got a choice between him and Pulev, right? You think he's gonna take the fight Pulev? Pulev, I don't think he's nothing. I mean, he'll beat Pulev. No, man, the problem is with people that are casuals, don't know boxing or don't watch boxing. It's not. I remember one thing that Brandon's friend says so much, and all respect to him. Yoon was saying that a lot of time when the fans come and watch, you just follow Howard. He's got his butt beat. I respect to him. He's still big on our channel. We support him when we never in the heavyweight factory, and we're still supporting him. And congratulations, O'Hara. Davis, no respect to him. But Yoon was saying that what happens is a lot of fans they expect everybody to have a knockout every time a fighter goes in there, and that's all they're looking for a knockout. It's like when Michael Jordan played. Michael Jordan played basketball. Everybody wants to see Michael Jordan to see who hit the winning shot for his slam dunk or something out of the ordinary that they always see when they go to a game. But Michael, the same thing with boxing. Boxing not like that. Boxing got different styles. Look at Floyd Miller. He changed his style from being aggressive to being the sweet science of boxing. And in order for a champion to do what he had to do, he didn't run. He made adjustments for him to win. Okay, the person that didn't make adjustments that should take accountability for that, which he actually did, and all due respect to him, is Ruiz. Ruiz said, "Hey, I ate myself away. I have fun, and I made the fight difficult for me." And that played into Joshua's hand. But Joshua also respected his power and his punches, so he stayed away and he jabbed him, and he jabbed his way to a championship that he deserved. And people can't see that. So if you do it one way, you're wrong. If you do it the other way, you're still wrong. So guess what? You can never please everybody. As long as you know you do what you did and you did it the right way and you execute it, that's all that matters. Put respect to Joshua's name, though. Listen, man, we can make all excuses you want. Look at Joshua's resume and see how many the top fighters since he's been 21 or 16 and come up here. You got to put some kind of respect in his name, whether you like it or not. All right, and people are not doing that. People are not actually doing that. People are not like looking at that. You know what I'm saying? They're not looking at that. So you have to at some point put respect to his name. For all 10 of you, please hit that like button if you haven't, and thank you for supporting us and watching True School Sports. You got to put respect to his name. Bottom line. Now, I think what's not going to happen with that, personally, myself, I actually think that at some point, Ruiz will get a chance to fight Joshua, but Joshua got mandatories coming up. He's got other issues. He's got to fight with other top fighters coming up in the division. That it's going to be a while before Ruiz will get a fight with those 3 belts again. And that's why I always say, and I always tell my son this: when this upcoming knocks, you need to take it before the door closes. Ruiz came in. Kudos to him, the Mexican people. Probably the first Mexican heavyweight. He took a fight that Polish punk didn't want to take, Konaki, and I respect him for that. And he took the fight, and took the fight and took a risk, and Joshua took a fight, and he lost his first fight, lost 3 belts and shocked the world. What happened was, let's say Jasper, everybody hits the lottery, you get all amount of money, you go crazy, actually doing what you want to do, and you let the hype, and then all of a sudden you got this crowd that you never had around. Like his father said, hey, you running around partying, you eat away. Me, the trainer, try to tell you, listen, if you're my son, I'll pull you to the side and say, listen, you need to listen to me. You want to keep those belts? You get in that ring and put it out and discipline yourself and get the belts and see if you beat this guy the second time, belts home, and then you go party for 6 months or whatever you want to do, because then you still got the 3 belts on your side. He didn't do that. That's the part. He's inexperienced, he's young, and realized that now he lost it up he had that he gained so much fame that now he's going to take him a while to get that back. And I'm going to tell you right now, Josh is not giving those belts up easy. I'm telling you right now. He's going to take care of his mandatory, take who he's got to take care of. He's going to fight who has to fight, and he's not going to do that. And Wilder could have been trying to get a fight with, when Ruiz first won the fight, Wilder came out and said, hit that like button if you haven't yet. Thank you so much. Wilder, if you remember when Ruiz won the belts from Joshua the first time, he came out and said that the fight could be made to have that fight done. He didn't do that. He waited and whatever. And I got Fury, and I got da. And all in between, he could have had a fight made up with Ruiz, even though the rematch was with he had the rematch class with Joshua. I get it, but now he's gonna go out there. That's one thing I like. One thing I do not like about Bronze Bomber, and I still follow him. I just don't like the fact when he starts criticizing Joshua constantly. Make the fight. People want to see you. Get in the ring with him. Stop making excuses. Yeah, BT, he's a Polish punk, and I disrespect him. You know who I'm talking about, Konaki, whatever the hell his name is. Listen, man, until the fight happens, anything can happen. Wilder has been getting better as time been on. He's actually a lot better. He's actually his skills are getting better. So gotta give credit where credit is due. People can say whatever they want. You know, oh, Wilder will destroy Joshua, will do this. But until we actually see it, guess what? Until we actually see it, we have to just let it go, let it play out. And you can pick. Wilder's got the right hand. You don't think that Joshua's not aware of that? I guarantee you he is. I guarantee you he's not going to take him for granted. Yeah, man, you got to get a good point there, BT. Dubois is going to come in and do what he's got to do. He's already ready. He's already priming. Horgovic already called everybody out. He wants all the smoke. So, and he seems like a tough man. He's a vicious hitter. I'm telling you that right now. He might be young, but he's a vicious hitter. Whoever gets in the ring is going to have to deal with him. Yeah, Jeff. I actually was in a couple of Lowell. I grew up in Lowell, Massachusetts, and they got a gym. It's called Romano's Gym. When I was about 8 or 9, I started running the streets. I used to go to the gym and hang out, and I used to actually go in the boxing ring when I was 8. And Romano used to put me with his little grandson, and we used to fight. And he was always telling me, "Hey, when you get big, I'm going to take you to the Boston Garden to fight." Yeah, I used to hang out when I was there. I hung out there, so I don't know if they remember me, but I remember sparring or fighting was when I was a little kid at 8, 9 years old. Believe it or not, with Romano's son in the gym. And I started around the streets. That's what. Yeah, I did that, and I people fight all the time. I grew up so I had a little bit in me. Like I tell you, Brennan's got it. Brennan's got talent with that. I'm telling you. I'm not saying that. If BOWE and Holyfield, that no box is telling you that, Brennan's got it. But Brennan loves journalism, and I'm happy for him. But me, yeah, I had a little bit. Yeah, Jasper. And I also have military. You already know that, so you already know. Yeah, Joe Louis, man. Yes, he was. And I mean, anytime you talk about any kind of boxing, you always got Ali, Joe Louis, all the big names that people remember. Wow, I don't know, Ron Lyle. I think I was reading about him earlier too. There's so much information, man, that I couldn't write about everybody. Yeah, man. Lower, they made a movie. Ask Brendan about that. With what's his name? Mickey Ward. It was about Mickey Ward. Matter of fact, he's my favorite boxer. I got his shirt right here on the trilogy. Arturo Gotti and Mickey. What's his name? The actor. But I can't think of the name. Brendan knows the actor. They made it right there out of Lowell, Massachusetts. Yeah, and the gym's out there. When we go up there, me and Brendan's gonna have to go to the gym because I actually seen the gym when I was there. It's not in the same place it used to be. And I would just like to go in and see if I see him again or if he passed away or whatever, because I haven't gone back in like, I'm 50 years old now, like 30, 40 years. So it'll be interesting. Oh, there's one comment that I wanted to put out, and now it came to me. Jesus Christ. Yeah, okay, let me see. Okay, for 12 of you, please hit that like button. Mark Wahlberg, that was his name, Mark Wahlberg. I'm a little old, I'm forgetting my names. Yeah, I played that movie. I forgot the name of the movie offhand, but you guys need to watch that movie, man. That was a great movie. That's one of my favorite movies, to be honest, just because from there, grew up in there when I was little. I went to Albert Model's gym, and the reality of the life that his brother was portraying, not Mickey Rourke, but his brother and the drugs and all that, that's real. I lost three sisters. I've lost probably 5 uncles, and honest life. Boxing is life. So when you see that movie in boxing about his brother portraying all them drugs and he had to deal with all that, that's true. It's bad in Lowell. It's cleaned up a little, but it's still bad. And if you got history, Lowell was known for the cotton mills in Massachusetts. For the industry, when America was industrialized, Lowell, Massachusetts was known for John Cabot Lowell, I think his name is, for the cotton mills and all that, the textiles and all that, and the manufacturing came from Lowell, Massachusetts. So there's a lot of history there. Well, you go, Marika. We're in the same boat, man. I'm 52 right now. Yeah, man. Hey, age cut by the number, though, is what you feel, you know. I go out with my son, and they think we're brothers sometimes, believe it or not. I only just see my little gray hair or something. They'd be like, oh, the other day we went somewhere, somebody said, you guys look like father and son. Sometimes we go somewhere and they say, which one's the older brother? PT will tell you we can go to fights, we go anywhere. All right, Stacey, I'm sorry. I know you tried to come on earlier, but I didn't come out the right time because I was trying to get all this information together to talk a little boxing here about the great fighters and so forth and so forth. And the last thing I was talking about was about December 13th, Virgil Ortiz is fighting, and December 14th, I'm really excited about. You got Crawford fighting Khomeini for the IBF lightweight title that Khomeini owns. And then you got featherweight Mike Collins fighting in that card. Right now, I have to go with Deontay Wilder. He's only got one punch, but that right punch has been knocking everybody out and putting them to sleep. In our era, I got to, as much as people say no, I have to give it to Deontay Wilder. No, man, I'm not actually today. The other day I cheated a little bit. I took a little bit of Bacardi, and right now, I'm sitting on coffee, believe it or not. But I don't know how I was going to feel after I did several hours research by hand, and it wasn't easy, but I did it, and it kind of makes me appreciate what my son does, man. It's a lot of work, guys. You don't know behind the scenes what my son goes through. I only do it a little bit, and yeah, man. No, let us do the beast also, man. The only guy he didn't fight, he beat all the guys in his era. The only guy he did not fight that he still for the rest of his life got to live with that. He never fought BOWE. Only the Olympics I'll give the edge to Lennox Lewis, because he beat BOWE that one time. But if there was ever a fight that people want to see, was that fight. And that's why I say that Lennox Lewis is very adamant for Joshua to fight and Wilder to fight and whoever heavyweight champions want to fight, so people don't live with that emptiness in their life for the rest of their life and question who could have won and what is and what that. And the same thing for Lennox Lewis. I'm sure when he goes to bed every night, he said, damn, what could have been if I just fought BOWE, and vice versa. Well, he did beat Bo in the Olympics. Yes, he did. He won that fight. He won the Olympics. But how you want to look at it, he beat. I'm not trying to take his side because I love Bo, but that's the only fight you can literally say that actually won. Doesn't matter. We can say whatever we can. I mean, here we go again. We can say whatever we want. The bottom line is he got the W. No matter how you look at it, he got the W in the Olympics, and that's justified that he beat him in there. Whether it was right or wrong, it's like today in boxing. We can watch. A matter of fact, Charlo destroyed Hogan in the last fight. Speaking about that, Charlo tore his ass out, man. Beat his ass to no point. He literally did. But Hogan before that fought Mangia, and he got robbed. So we can always say, what if this? What if that? What if that happened? The referee did this. And that's what it's like I tell my son all the time. The best way to win a fight is you control yourself. The best play, you play a ball game or baseball, you take control of yourself. You do not let the referee get involved. What I mean by that, if you're a fighter going in, you already know you're going to fight. For example, the Canelo Kovalev fight. Let's say, for example, get into that fight, and how we talk about it. But say, you know, you go in there, you got to fight that fight, or anybody going to fight your opponent. You got to fight that fight and make it justifiable that you are the champion. You won clearly. You can't let the ref stop it. You can't do this. You got to go in there and your opponent, or he's going to take care of you. Yeah, man. I mean, he's also one that in my list. Jaime Munguia, he's actually in my list has faded a lot, though. I'll be honest with you. He came out good and strong, and he had a good showing in the beginning. But his last couple fights, he's been like so. So, I mean, it's the same thing with Lomachenko. Lomachenko has not really convincingly said to me he's the best because I don't believe so because he hasn't fought. Like I said, he hasn't fought Devin Haney. He hasn't fought Teofimo, and hopefully after Teofimo, this guy one of them will fight him. Khomeini. So, I mean, what he got a belt. He hasn't called nobody. He's talking about somebody's got to have a belt to fight me. Please fight anybody. Show what you made of. I would love to ask someone. I don't know. That'd be a good question. Yeah, man. Tommy Hearns was a monster in the ring. You ain't lying about that. The only thing I say he had some time when he got hit, he had some weak, long, thin legs. He didn't have enough muscle in the legs. But we got to put respect to his name. How do you guys think Usyk is gonna feel? How do you guys think Usyk is gonna fare in the heavyweight division? What do you guys think about that? How do you think he's gonna fare? You think he's gonna dominate the heavyweight division? You think? I know he really wants to fight Joshua next after this coming fight that he has. What do you guys think? yeah. Yeah, Fury and Wilder fights the fish. They're fighting actually on February 22nd. I'll be tuning in. I don't think they have it. The fight's not to February 22nd for that Wilder and the Wilder and Fury, but it's already been official. I was looking up the dates and it came out. They were saying that it's February 22nd. If BT is on it, BT will let you know also. I don't know, man. Fury. I mean, U6 is you guys. I mean, he ran through the cruiserweight like it was nothing. He's just a bigger fighter, just like Lomachenko, but better. Okay, and I don't think he has knockout power. And until he gets hit, no, but his skills can overcome that. So we'll see what happens. I don't know. It's not going to happen. It's got to happen. If that doesn't happen, then Wilder's got to fess up and fight somebody. He's got to fight somebody. He needs to fight his mandatory. So if that fight don't happen, he needs to fight Dillian White, period. That being said, use your power against Dillian White, see what happens. But I'm going to tell you right now, I think this will be a tougher fight for him than what people think, because Dillian White's pretty strong himself. Yeah, yeah, that's right. Roy Jones got to be up there. I respect him. Ernie Shavers, of course. You're right about that. Ace 99X. You're right. He's got to be in your list. He's got to be one of the top. Ernie Shavers was one of the hardest hitting heavyweights out there. That's why I like when my son interviews older trainers that have been around, because they talk about him a lot. Like when he did Don Turner, I love when he interviews Don Turner. Don Turner tells you things about boxing you never heard before. He'll break it down to you. He'll set you up with some questions that you won't know. Then he'll give you the facts after them. And he talked about Jersey Joe Wolcott. He talked about Ernie Shavers. He talked about all these heavyweights. He said, don't listen to what he trained both of the Klitschko brothers, so he knows what he's talking about. He said, don't listen to what the media says, and it's true. You can't listen to everything what the media says. You got to do your research and look at it for yourself. For all nine, you please hit that subscribe button. So much for being with me. Man, I like Inoue, man. I hope he continues on, man. And I hope he continues on. His career keeps going the way he is a monster, man. You got to give him credit, man. The only thing he always says that he wished when the chance for him and Chocolatito to fight, that would have been great. But says that never happened. Says it, but he's dominated everything. Inoue is tough. Last fight he got was Tyson. You know what I mean? He got Donaire. And he's bigger and bigger. And I think Brother was telling me that he also signed with Top Rank. So, I mean, it's up to Bob or anyone who wants to do with him. Yeah, the Klitschos on the list. I like the Klitschos. I actually like both of them, but I didn't see much of his brother Vitaly. But for some reason, I like him better than Vladimir. I like Vitaly. To me, was the more aggressive of the two fighters from the fights that I seen. He would come in, he would punch, he power, so he was great. And kudos to his other brother, Valdir, what his name is, the other one, not Vitaly, the other one, because he actually helped Josh. Josh, they became best friends, and they talked. And he told they said a lot of people saying that Joshua fought like same way that Klitschko fought. I like his style. I ain't gonna lie to you. He was more aggressive than his. I like both of them, but I like his style. Yeah, let it sit and play, man. I saw that crazy shot he gave to Shannon Briggs. Let's go, champ. Jesus, man. When he knocked Shannon Briggs, he knocked him out of there. I mean, Shannon was hitting hard, but Lennox put him out of there real quick. You think that, Shishi? You think that Lewis? You think Lewis did that? That he done the. Man, when you pass your prime, that's what I'm saying. You got to fight the fighters in their prime. That's the best fights you're going to see. And instead of waiting this waiting game like you're seeing right now. And look what happened to Dillian White. He's been waiting 2.5 years to fight Bronze Bomber. Yeah, Mike was a beast, man. Mike would go in there. I ain't gonna lie to you. Mike, I grew up Mike. Prime Mike was a beast. He would go in there like a pit bull, man. He'll swallow that steak and bone all in one shot. And that's how he fought. As he got older, he got slower. He had problems outside the ring. He had all kinds of controversies and this and that. And that all came to play in his career. I think Mike Tyson today is more humble than he's ever been in his life. And he doesn't regret nothing in life. And his biggest influence was Cus D'Amato. I respect that. Yeah, I was reading about that too earlier. They were saying that about that he wanted to fight more, but that what's his name, Don King didn't want to do that. It's crazy. That's how sometimes you got to get the right promoters. That's why honestly today's promoter, I think that Eddie Hearns, to me, I could be wrong, is the best promoter because I don't work for him, but but from what I see, he keeps his fighters a lot more active than Al Heyman, a lot more active than Top Rank, and he gets them out there. Somebody said the other day, oh, but Boo Andy active. Well, you can't say that. Boo Andy wants to fight the whatever you want to call him, and he doesn't, and he hasn't come up and want to fight him. He's even called up Billy Saunders. Nothing's happened. So you can't blame him. I'm telling you, Tyson was a beast. I'm telling you right now, if they were to fight when Mike Tyson was in the prime, I don't care who you put Mike Tyson from the first round on, Mike Tyson was going to tear their throat out. You ever see a pit bull? You don't let go of fighting, eat you too. One of the most, I'm gonna say, feared fighters as far as knocking out, and how he would come in there. He was. Yes, he lost fights as he got old, like anybody. Yes, he did this, he did that. He was married to that freaking crazy girl. I forgot her name. That practically ruined him, I think. And that had nothing to do. Lennox, he fought. Well, yeah, that was a good fight. I mean, he actually beat by Lennox. You're talking about when Lennox beat out Raham, whatever his name is, and he beat him too. So I mean, Lennox was devastating. I ain't gonna take nothing away from Lennox. The only thing that I'm mad about Lennox, and I've always said it, and I shouldn't really be mad at them. I should be mad at their promoters. Is that I always question that even to this day. What if BOWE and him would have fought? What if? And that will always be like that. Oh man, that'd be a big fight, man. Sonny Liston and Big George. George was big, man. That was a bulldozer. You're not gonna move him. Yeah, you're talking about Robert Givens. Man, what's this? I'm not. You giving them the life, you giving them, and then they want it from you. It's crazy. I think that a lot. Then on, but if Mike Tyson, I see Mike Tyson in. I think it was an interview or it was a video. I think it was in Las Vegas, and some girl came talking to him about something. He told him, "Get away from me. I don't want to talk to you. Just stay away from me, lady. Yo, I don't even want to know about you. Like he doesn't want to deal with that shit no more. He's spending enough women to know." Colorado said, "Well, beat Lennox." I don't know. People think she's a he, she. Who knows? I mean, she's doing good in women's boxing. You gotta respect her, man. She's doing her thing. Amanda Serrano, I love her from Puerto Rico. Katie Taylor. You got a lot of women boxing up. Check it out. He said, Mario, I'm 21. You crazy. I'm just saying, like, I was just laughing at that. Yeah, women's boxing is not as exciting. No, it's not as exciting. Of course not. But I will say this about women's boxing is they've actually increased the round fighting to 3 rounds. What is it? 10 rounds, 3 round fight, whatever than what it was. So they're trying to be equal, but it's not going to happen. How about someone say the feminine movement? We're talking about I don't know, man. Liston was a beast, man. I'm telling you, Ernie Shea was no feeder, man. Those are guys that I wish I could be. I was around to see them fight. Even Big George, man. Big George said he wanted to fight some of these guys. It's not right there. And Wolf, yeah. My son is, I forgot, my son was, he knows right here, one of the gyms here in Dania, he's got to go to Constantino gym or something like that. He knows the heavyweight there, that middleweight that was real good back in the day. Yeah, I might have to agree on that. I like, why not? Put respect to his name even more. I think once he continues to fight here with a top rank, that's going to be an instant. You're right about that. I would respect him more than I do Lomachenko because he fights everybody. He doesn't. Brandon say he got Chocolatito or whatever the case may be, but I mean, I got more respect for him than Lomachenko. Lomachenko's a diva. He's talking about he don't want to fight nobody. About 6 months ago, when Brandon was telling me because it's 1 weight or 2 weight below if you don't have a belt. Man, you got a fat head. Got too much head. Too much getting into you. Yo, what you guys thought about Charlo killing Charlo beating the crap out of Hogan, man? Put him out, man. Put him out quick. I thought it was gonna be tougher than that, but Brennan told me that wasn't gonna be a fight. Who do you guys want to see him fight next? That's a big Charlo. Jamal. Who you guys want him to fight next? Yeah, he does. But as far as Jamal Charlo, who you guys think about that? Who you guys want him to fight next? I would like to see him fight Eubanks. Eubanks, you think? I don't know, man. Eubanks didn't show me something last fight. The guy hurt his shoulder or something, and he was done. That Russian guy must be good. He didn't do nothing. That should be the next to be made. That Charlo and Eubanks. Yeah, man. You see, his brother, you know, Charlo's Charlo fights on December. His other brother fights on December 21st against Tony Harrison. That's going to be a big fight. And right now, the mind game, Harrison's winning the mind game on that one. Something wrong with his father. His father ain't right. Tell you that right now. His father's not right. Okay, that's a good way of putting it, Mario. He's been in bigger fights, so yeah, he'll probably beat Charlo. But I mean, that'll be good. Yeah, man. What's going on with TOF? Boxing is more mental than physical, and if he doesn't, you know, if he doesn't do something, then you know, I don't know that in focus on the what's happening outside the ring. Period. You know, doesn't make no sense. Yeah, the fight that I really don't care about, and I don't even know why they made that stupid fight. I don't know what you guys think when you got Jacobs fighting Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. Eddie Hearns had to move the fight from Las Vegas to over there to Arizona for whatever the reason, because the commission, the Nevada commission. But honestly, I give two craps about that fight. Honestly, I don't know why Daniel Jacobs took that fight. It's a waste. I'm more excited for the Tony Harris El Charlo fight, to be honest. Yeah, man, I don't know the whole deal. Like, I don't know what's going on there. Whatever it is, whatever's going on, he needs to block it out when he's fighting. When you're in the fight, you have to focus on who you're fighting next. You can't worry about your personal problems with your family or whatever. Yeah, man, I just trying to do the. Thanks a lot, last one. Just trying to talk boxing. If you guys have any ideas and you want me to do some research on something, just let me know, and I'll do it for you while Brendan's gone, and I'll do the research and whatever you want to talk about. You know, that's what I'm here for. When Brendan comes back, if and when he comes back, we have a lot of things planned for you guys. Make this channel a lot better than what it really is. But we appreciate your support. Hit that like button. Keep supporting us the best way you can, and give me all the love. Thanks. Listen, man, I've lost respect for Chavez. Because Chavez Jr. always a reflection of your dad or the legacy your dad left behind, but you carry yourself in a certain way. You know, you gotta carry yourself in a certain way. Especially, who was a great boxer in Mexican boxing history. And all I've been hearing about Julio Chavez since I've been listening about him has always been about him crying, some controversy. He's never got his right mind focused. So I don't care about that. I don't even know why Jacobs took that fight. That's a waste of a fight, to be honest with you. And Jacobs, I don't know if he just want whatever. It was his first fight in that weight class. But I mean, Julio Cesar Chavez, please, I don't even want to hear about him. But I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you a little secret. There's a young cat in the boxing game now. And my son's very good friends with. And I'm gonna tell you who he is. And he carries himself right. And I respect him a lot. And everybody in boxing respects his father. He was a great man. And was Roberto Duran. Mano de Piedras. Hands of Stones. His son is blessed. His son boxes, and his son, if you go to his IG page, he actually has He's a good rapper. He's actually rap music, lyrics, beautiful, man. He's gifted too, and he carries himself right. He carries himself right outside the ring and inside the ring, and that's how the same example that Cesar Chavez should have, and he doesn't. So I can't respect that at all. Yeah, man, loving you, man. I love that kid. The kid still got talent. The kid just got shocked by O'Hara Davis. Smart enough to tell his dad he stopped the fight. You know, he was getting beat down. O'Hara Davis was actually the more experienced fighter, as you've seen. He beat him down to a pole. And sometimes you just got to concede and say, you know what? On the line, I got to move on and learn from that. And he's still young. He's half Puerto Rican. I'm going to always support him. Bless him. Bless Heavyweight Factory. Bless Chris Lawrence for supporting him. Bless Henry, the manager. I mean, so I just wish him the best, man. Hopefully he'll come back from this and learn from it and realize that his mind got to be more into it and realize that use those talents that you have. Don't be afraid to go out with the big dogs. And it's just something wrong. Yeah, man. Like I said, and his son is good. His son fights too. His son fights, and like I said, go to the IG page, go check him out on Two School Sports on the IG. I put out is a thing. But I actually I went into do a little research on him and on his music, and maybe not. I might not. I mean, I like what he raps about. I've seen some other raps he did on prior albums, and it really like family oriented, good things too. So that kid's good, man. All good power to him, and he's a local kid, and why not give shout out to him too. I support all the boxers out here, just like me, BT do. We always do that. Yeah, man. Floyd didn't do a lot of things that he should have done. You know, whatever. He's got money. He's living his life, and we have to leave it like that. There you go. Durant was. I'm always respected. I don't care what we play. I love him like he did. Yeah, Durant was the best, will always be the best. Now you see him on Instagram, living a life, enjoying himself, and taking pride in his country of Panama. He's a legend in his country, and all the respects to him, he earned it. You know. But what my whole point of this thing was that when you got a Panamanian great, and his son carries himself, and his father even told him, "I'm not even work with you. You're disgrace to my name." It's true, man. Jesus, how you do that? That's why I always tell my son, you're always a reflection of me in some way. I'm the same with you. Okay, something like that. I don't know exactly. Yeah. So then, like I said, Jacob's fighting. Tony Harrison's gonna fight Jamal Charlo on the 21st, but the next the 13th, like I said, Virgil Ortiz, and then you got Terrence Crawford on the 14th. That's really what I'm going to watch. I'll be live for those also. If I got some time, I'll probably do that. So you guys keep you tuned in and let you know what's going on in those fights. And you guys let me know any fights that are coming up because I didn't write more stuff down to talk about. But if you guys anything you want to talk about, shoot it out. What do you guys think about forget Canelo, man. I don't even want to talk about Canelo. I have no respect for Canelo. I don't even put him in. I don't consider none of the Mexican greats. That guy right there, yeah. I mean, I'm good as promoters and his manager got him the 300 million or whatever it was, the zone and Golden Boy or whatever the case was. But when you constantly putting certain clauses in to get an advantage to somebody else and constantly doing it, then you're not really a true champion. I'm not saying other boxers haven't done that. I just don't like all the boxers. He wants to fight all these fighters, but it's got to be some kind of dehydration clause, please. Oh wow, I seen that. I seen those fights. I didn't put them out because I don't know. I don't really know much about them. So but I seen those fights. What happened? They dropped. It's not. It's not more. It's not happening no more. Those. Yeah, you got that right. I'm telling you, man, Canelo. I don't know, man. They call him the cash cow and all this other BS, but like I really lost a lot of respect for him. More so Kovalov, because I like Kovalov a lot, but I can't respect him for what he did and what I feel like they did in their last fight, and so I lost respect for him. I don't even go to his channel, nothing anymore. Go screw off. Yeah, man, RJJ. I mean, how do you do that, man? How do you like say you want to be the best? And like I'm old school, man. When I was growing up, man, even when I was in high school, you want to fight, let's get it on. You know what I mean? But I mean, you if in boxing, if you want to really be legit and legitimize your legacy and be great, you fight the fight the way it is and see how it turns out. I mean, if you really have belief in yourself and in your skills, that's how it should be. Okay, and I don't like that. I thought, okay, once or twice, okay, but when I went this backtrack, Canelo, Jesus, man, my son was telling me, and I looked it up. I said, wow. So I have no respect for him. I respect any other boxer in Mexico besides him. I can't stand him. I just can't. I still won't. I won't. I hope in a fight that I want to see him fight that hasn't happened yet. Boo Andre. Okay, man, you are the cash cow. You just beat Kovalov supposedly, whatever that fix, whatever you want to call it, and then you can go anywhere and fight whatever. Blah, 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 blah. I have not seen you call Boo Andre. I'm not seeing you call out Billy Joe Saunders. What are you waiting for? Boo Andre's been calling you guys for the longest time. Boo Andre even said, I'll come up to your weight class. Whatever weight class you want to be at, Canelo, I'm coming and chase you. Has the answer to that? No. There's always something. So I'm waiting for him to get his ass, his butt kicked because I'm tired of him and I want somebody to humble him. But you know, politics and money always rules and stuff and corruption, so we don't know what's going to happen. Yeah, you're right about that. And that's what I'm trying to say. If you're a promoter, promote the fighter the way you're supposed to promote the fighter, okay? Give him the best opportunity for him to make his money. Because it's a dangerous sport for him and his family. Get sponsorships or promotion, whatever the way you got to do it, right? But do it in a way that you look out for him. A promoter, take for example, all promoters got money. They're dirty. They're all about money. That's what it comes down to. Money's the most brutal thing in the world. And people don't care about anything else but money. I understand that. But if you're going to do something, do it the right way. You know what I mean? I can't respect fighters that or promoters that put out all these different clauses and whatever for their fighter. And then when it's all said and done, the fighter's going to have a lot of regrets. Yeah, his bank is full in the bank, but as a fighter, you got to live with your conscience. I'm going to tell you straight something out. Your conscience will talk to you every day. Every night your conscience will talk to you. Every single night for the rest of your life. How you cheated all these fighters and you thought you were the best. What's going on with this thing? Once you do that, then you know how much respect do you have, man? Honestly, how much respect do you have? If you can go to bed at night and actually sleep and say, I actually won this fight fair and square, and I fought him the same way he fought me, okay. And I understand in this day and age, in any sport, basketball, baseball, hockey, whatever the case may be, athletes are always trying to get the edge. But believe in yourself, believe in your skills. Be honest with yourself. Your conscience will always come back and haunt you. You have to live that for the rest of your life. And if that's how you want to live, so be it. But you're not going to get my respect, and you're not going to get me to say, oh, Canelo was one of the greatest fighters because he did this, because he did that. I don't care. Mexican, Japanese, Chinese, Korean, whatever you want to be, I'm not going to respect you because you didn't do it the right way. And one of my biggest things I tell my son all the time, I'm going to tell you guys, if you can't do things right the first time, don't do it at all. The same thing goes to boxing. Okay, if you believe in yourself and your skills, Lomachenko. Why am I angry about Lomachenko? Lomachenko is supposed to be the best. He's the best skilled boxer in boxing right now that I see in my own eyes, and I'll give him that. I give him that much. But when you stop being making excuses about fighting other fights and this and that, and don't use your talents, and you got other that are in your same level, and you don't want to fight them because they don't have a belt, then I have an issue with that because you're making excuses. Yeah, man, no respect, man, no respect at all. You know, I don't get it. I don't get what's going. You know. You know, telling them right now, be talking about I'm actually talking about uh Canelo, the cash. I got all these dehydration clauses, and I'm tired of them, man. Just tired of all that. Can't respect them. There you go, Shishi. Put it. I know in the map why he should be people for you. You're right about that. That's what I'm saying, man. Lomachenko, yes, Lomachenko can go. You know, I don't like Lomachenko. I want him to fight that quick for one of these two fighters who win, so they can fight him and beat his ass. Lomachenko ain't close to 20. Okay, yeah, you're right, and that's what I'm saying, man. You're talking all this stuff, and you're this and that, but you don't want to fight. You don't want to do this. You don't want to do that. What do you want to do? You know what I mean? What do you want to do? Talk to me. Let me know. You know, it's ridiculous. No, I'm not. I mean, they were hyping him up before. Uh, I started. It took me a while to actually even accept him. My son was telling me about him, but then after I see how he is and what he does, I mean, please, I mean, that's the difference between him and Usyk. Okay, Usyk's fought everybody cruiserweight. Didn't make no excuses. Blew through the cruiserweights, and now it's going to the heavyweights. And that's why I can respect Usyk more than I can respect Lomachenko. Because I mean, unless he's the same way, I haven't seen Usyk go back on any fighter or make any excuses for any fight. And you got a diva. Why? If you can't believe in your skills in all those thousands of 100,000, whatever he has amateur fights, then what are you doing in boxing then? You're in the wrong field. Shishi, not really, because a lot. You're right about that. Everything is based on having that zero behind it. You're right about that. But the reality of it is, Ali lost a fight. We just seen Joshua lost a fight. Uh, a lot of other heavyweight greats have lost fights and they've come back. So really doesn't mean anything. Everybody can stumble at some point. It's about you getting up and rebounding from that and doing better. But that's not how the society sees it. You're absolutely right, Shishi. Yeah, I mean, like I said, you can't just ride the train with one boxer. You got to see. When I look at boxers, I tell my son this all the time. I have to see what the personality, how they are, what they do. I don't care if you win or lose inside the ring. I just care about how you carry yourself, how true you are to yourself in the sport, instead of cheating the sport. And when the fighters go out there, and the two fighters out there, or promoters don't allow it, or you got promoters very political, not allowing you to fight those fights, then you're not hurting. You're hurting your see, you're hurting the fans, and you're not respecting the sport the way the sport was made to be. Simple as that. Nah, I don't think so. I think Roy. I mean, everybody's doing it. Mayweather's doing the same thing, fighting exhibitions to make money. So why can't Roy? That has nothing to do with his record, what he did in boxing. He's just making money, like trying to make money other ways. I think he's a promoter also. I seen him on Instagram or somewhere that he was promoting some kind of fight or watch whatever his fight is up. But as far as exhibitions, that's just basically just let the fans see what they want to see. Let them be still legit, whatever the case it is, and for them to make a little more money. an exhibition doesn't really matter. Yeah, Roy and Floyd in the 40s. That'd be a good fight. I ain't gonna lie to you about that. Yeah. Hey, you forgot to put in there Roberto Duran Jr., man. Got to put in local fighter too. Don't forget about him. You know what I mean? Put his name out there, BT. You see what he put on Instagram? Rap music or something. And I put down he's very blessed to be able to box, to make music. God bless him. There you go. The U and Bonnie Camino from Dania Beach. That's right, man. You gotta put I mean, we're gonna support we're gonna be real. Too soon's gonna be real. We're gonna support all the fighters out here. Local fighters out here. The new, the old, and the ones that are coming. That's what we're here for. Matter of fact, the Puerto Rican, Xavier, what's his name, brother? Xavier, I forgot his last name. He's actually from the Davy Pound, and he's good with Top Rank. Young, coming Puerto Rican fighter. Yeah, him. That guy right there, man. Oh, Xander Diaz is his name. He's gonna be good, man. Zayas. Xander Diaz. Xander Zayas. That guy's gonna be good, man. He's fighting. He got a fight coming up too. Where they train Davy. Did the Davy Pound. Davy, brother knows about that. Eba. Pon el aire, que no hay. Okay. There you go. There you go. That's what I'm talking about out there. Put him out there, champ. Let's go, champ. You know, let's do this. Yeah. So I mean, those are all area fighters that are around here. Probably more coming up. Another guy I like is the young kid Christian Nunes. I mean, he always says let. He's got this shirt called LOK. Let De La Hoya. Was it Brennan? Let Oscar know. And he's been fighting throughout the country on tournaments and everything. God bless to him, and I hope that he does good. I have to laugh about that. Legit, fans even come up with some crazy stuff like that. Okay, so he's a killer, man. He's a young Alexander is Mario. He's a killer, man. I'm telling you that right now. He is not no joke. Yeah, man. The youngins, BT. Yeah, we'll put them out there too, because one day they remember who we are. You know. We got to put them out there in the map, and God bless everybody. God bless all the fighters. God bless everybody here also that's here. And if you haven't hit that like button, please hit that like button. Thank you for being here. Subscribe to True School Sports. Tell me what city, what state, what country you're from, and I'll give you a shout out. And don't forget the Fighting Mat t-shirts for Brandon. Yeah, Shishu. Little by little, we're building it up, and Brendan's been marking his territory out here and getting his name out there. And what I see from a lot of the channels that different, how you say it, makes a difference. Now that our channels make the other ones, is that we actually try to stay on top of our fighters, and whenever they need any kind of support or whatever they're doing, promotion or more or less helping them out anyway. I'm not gonna say we're the first ones, but I always make it happen to put them out there and promote them with whatever they have that they need help, because at the end of the day, one day they're gonna turn and say thank you to Sports and BT. There's a fighting that's fighting in a boxer, and also going into the MMA that I like a lot. I can't think of his name off the hand right now. The monster Diaz, he's fighting MMA this week, and I like him. Next week, I don't know when, but he's good too. BT's letting you know right there. He's giving you some facts, guys. I don't know about that one. I mean, BT's on top of everything, and he's trying to get me to top. And like I told BT, I don't know when he's going to come back, but if there's any events that are happening here that I can get a media pass to and I can go for him, like I really want to go to the BOWE Andre fight when he comes up here, because if I get to interview him, I'm definitely going to ask him, what's happening. I know haven't you called up these fighters? Why they haven't, why haven't they come up to you? And he's going to tell you it's not my problem. Yeah, and one thing that Two School Sports does, or that BT does a lot, that a lot of channels I see don't do as much, is BT, what he does, he actually follows the lightweight divisions. Like all the weight divisions he talks about, he follows them. He just doesn't stay on the heavyweight. And that's very important, because a lot of these light heavyweights, like he told me before, those fights are very exciting too. But because people don't know much about them and this and that, they don't get the same recognition like they should, like they should with the other heavyweights. So BT is very different. He actually studies the lightweights. They talk to you all day about them and everything else. So yeah, Calderon's coming this weekend. I don't have no cash right now to go out there and do it. But once we get everything right, we're gonna do it. I definitely want to go to put a media pass for the BOWE Andre fight, Brandon. If you can get that hooked up, man. So if you're here, fine. If not, I'll go and I'll interview. And I'll interview BOWE Andre because I'll be there early. Believe it, I tell you that. Ivan Calderon, I think he's right by the W. If I'm correct, BT can tell you. All right, get me. If you can get me the media pass, Brandon, or I'll tell me how to contact them. I'll go to the Blake fight. I'll go talk to them. You just gotta let me know what fights and when. I'll go ahead and do it. But I know you know better than me how to do it. Yeah, man. I like that. I also like Hall from Phoenix, Arizona, man. Kudos to him. He just made the Arizona Boxing Hall of Fame. He was great too. Yeah, Harold Carroll. I'm sorry, I didn't catch up to that. All right, brother. Let me know, man. So, because I don't know when you're gonna come back. If you want me to go, I'll do the best I can. Get this interviews for you. I mean, I'm on the job right now. You just gotta help me with when I go on the live, how to put the thumbnail nail in, because I totally forgot how to do that. I'm taking pictures, but if I can just download the picture, you let me know. Just send it to me. Let me know how to do the process or whatever. But I'm breaking it myself. I'm doing it myself, but then I'm doing it here for you, bro. We're doing this. True School Sports, and thank everybody for their support. Yeah, man, Shishi. Hall, man. Brandon actually interviewed him and stuff when he was in Las Vegas. And he just got very humble. He still, from what I see on Instagram and everything, he still lives in over there in Phoenix. I mean, one time he had one of the OGs, old school players, come and congratulate from the streets, and up together, went to his house and shook his hand and everything. It was beautiful to see. So you know, and sometimes you get blessed. That's how everybody should stay hungry, stay humble. And that's how the only way to be. Kishi, like I said, I mean, he was going his own way, man. You can never, man. You know what I mean? He did what he had to do. He did it, and respect. God bless. But being humble is the best way to be. No matter if you got money or you don't got money, treat people the way that you want to be treated. Anything else you guys want to talk about? Yeah, he was a cash cow, but you know what? He earned it all the way, man. He earned it. Anything else you guys want to talk about? I might just get off for now. Been on for a little bit. Thank you guys for your support. God bless you all. Have a good evening. And I will definitely, if I go back on tomorrow, or let me know what you guys want to talk about. And I'll come up with something else to talk about. Probably do something on lightweights. All right, Brendan. If you do, that's even better. Then that way we can switch off and we can do that. That's the best way to do it. I'm trying to do the best for you. I hope everything's going for you good over there in the UK. I hope all your interviews are working out. And again, a big thank you to Jasper the Casper. God bless him and his family. And a big thank you to his father and dad for doing what they're doing for you. Awesome. I seen you put one out on Joshua, but I mean, you guys go to Two School Sports on YouTube and check out Brendan's videos when he was out there at the UK fight night with Joshua celebrating bars and stuff. You'll love it. Had a good time. And also check the video he just put out on Anthony Joshua. What he was talking about, the new with his belt and everything. So check out his videos. Stay tuned to him. Give a like to his videos. Follow me here. Follow Fighting. Buy fight if you can support the channel by buying Fighting Matt shirts. Your favorite boxes. Go to his description on his boxes and go ahead and get the shirts. Definitely give a like if that's what you do. If you can give super chat, we greatly appreciate it. It goes back to the channel. It goes to Brandon's traveling and where he has to go to. And many blessings to all you guys. Even if you don't give nothing, I still love you guys. I love you taking the time with me. Have a good night. And may God bless you all. And peace go with you guys. Take care, guys. Give me a second because I'm learning how to respect. Take care, guys. Peace out.